guys, it's Anastasia with Anastasia's Real Meals. This is my new video series. It's for real people with real jobs and a real life that want to cook but think that they don't have time to cook. Now my puppy's going to cook a meal for you. Just kidding. My goal with this video series is just to help people that think that they don't have time to cook because they have a full-time job learn to cook simple meals with real ingredients so that they know what's going into their body. That being said, let's cook dirty. I'm going to make something today that I made up. Let me just wash my hands because I touched my puppy. It's called Butternut Squash Asanswa. You have to say it like that. You said it, didn't you? I saw you. I made this recipe up a while ago. I basically threw ingredients together. They tasted amazing, so I had to write it down. The ingredients are 1 medium butternut, a sweet onion, and ham, which I'm getting right now. Sweet onion, ham, some fig spread. Guys, this is basically fig jam. You can use any kind of, I tend to like figs. You can use any date jam, will be really good with this. Strawberry jam. I don't know about grape, but you can try it. Goat cheese, bread, nutmeg, while I find my nutmeg, pepper, paprika, salt, thyme. There's my nutmeg. Okay, so for the bread, I basically have a whole wheat loaf. You can use any bread. I have a trick. I buy bread and I put it in the freezer, and then I only take out the ones I need. I don't take out the whole loaf of bread so it gets soggy. If I want to make a sandwich randomly, I just take it out, I throw it onto the oven, and I toast each side, and it's delicious. This is bread I just bought today. I'm going to start by cutting my butternut. Honestly, if you've never cut butternut, this is a beast. It's the worst. I tried peeling butternut. I made butternut squash soup one time. It drove me insane. I'm not even going to peel it. I'm going to cook it, so I'm not going to peel it. The key to butternut is a serrated knife. I'm just cutting it in circles like this. I have my oven preheating to 450 right now. And I didn't say this before, but this is basically just a sandwich. And the thing that I like doing is I like to make up my own names for meals. This is Asanswa, and I know you're saying it because it's hilarious. I like to make up my own names because the word sandwich only sounds funny when my dad says it and he says sandwich because he's Greek. It's not funny when everyone else says it. If you want to invite people over and be like, oh bro, I'm making a sandwich, they're going to be like, alright, well I'm just going to stop at Subway on the way. No one wants to do that. And the reason why I'm doing this video series, I know there's a lot of people cooking out there and there's a lot of people on YouTube showing you how to do recipes. But I learned to cook from my mom. She cooked all the time, she baked all the time, and she liked to teach us how to cook. But I continued my love for it when I got to college and I watched the Food Network. I love the Food Network. But I always noticed that they always had high-end everything. I lived in a dingy Rutgers apartment home with barely a kitchen. Now I cut the butternut too deep, and I'm just gutting out the seeds from this piece. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Quite frankly, I don't care. The end result is delicious. I'm feeding 2, so this is basically enough. And not my little pup sleep. She already ate. I'm going to put my butternut on a foiled baking dish, not soiled. And I'm going to start cutting my onion. So I noticed on the Food Network that they all had high-end everything, appliances, ingredients, and I noticed the same thing on cooking shows on the internet. And I just don't have time for that. I don't have a lot of that stuff. I've lived alone for a few years now, and I've lived in many a New York dingy kitchen. I'm in Brooklyn now, so it's a little bit nicer. You should have seen mine with my studio apartment. And I had to make do. I had this little tiny oven. I had to buy little tiny pots and pans and things that fit my oven, fit inside my oven. I couldn't make pizza. It was just crazy. So my butternut is in circles. So I want my onion to be in circles too. I'm using the same knife. You can use a chopping knife. I kind of like the serrated knife. And I always used to say, you're gonna cut your fingers. So I'm cutting my onion. And you want it relatively thin. So I'm maneuvering myself to where I can cut it pretty thin. So on my baking dish, I have my butternut. All nice and sexy. I have my onion, even sexier. No, I'm going to take some of these pieces off. If you decide you want to make this for much more people, you can always use 2 baking dishes. So once I do that, I'm going to season it. I'm just going to have at it. Salt. And working in the city, you guys, you know, most of you know, it's really hard to go to the grocery store. I'm a firm believer in fresh, direct. This is time. Time for thyme. See what I did there? And paprika. I don't know why it's in this jar. Actually, I do. One day, when I was broke as a joke, I thought of the dumb idea to buy these jars and thought I would display my seasonings like a cute little thing. I went to the store, the jars are like $3 each for 10, no, I'm good. I'm good with this. So nutmeg went a little haywire on the onion, but big deal, I love nutmeg. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna get some olive oil, put a little bit on, and I'm gonna pop it in my oven for 35 minutes. And guys, like I said before, when you know what's going into your body, you feel better, you make better choices. You might buy a Fitbit. I love my Fitbit. I always try to outstep everybody around me. I'm that annoying Fitbit girl. Okay, so that's that. Everything's ready. You can do both sides, but, you know, that's fine. I'm just spreading it or going like this. My hands are clean. I just know that it's hard to have a job and come home and take out your puppy and feed your boyfriend and cook for everybody and be healthy and run and be fit and sexy. No. Baby steps. We're cooking now. It's fun. It's therapeutic. We're going to pop this in the oven for 35 minutes. I had it preheated on 450. Once that's done, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to show you what to do. Hey guys, so I took my vegetables out of the oven. They look delicious and crisp and amazing and I want to eat them all right now, but I'm not. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple slices of bread. Clearly I'm going to take from the middle and I'm going to turn my stove on high. Drizzle a little olive oil on each slice of bread. On both sides. And I'm just going to let my bread brown a little bit. Like I said before, I use a whole wheat loaf, mainly because my sister's studying to be a dietitian, and if she sees that I use white, she'll kill me. She's probably watching this. But, and I know there's a whole gluten-free kick out there. For those of you who are gluten-free, you can make this with gluten-free bread. Of course, it'll still taste amazing. While my bread is browning, I'm going to open my ham. This is just normal Applegate natural ham. If I can even open it. Kidding me right now? Okay, well, I'm an idiot. So this is my ham. I still can't open it. You know what? I don't care. Cut the whole damn thing. I'll just put it in a Ziploc after. So, I'm ready now. While my bread is cooking, I'm going to take 2 pieces of ham. And I turned my oven on to medium. And I'm just going to throw those on there, let them get a little hot. On one side of the bread, I'm going to put fig spread. On the other side of the bread, I'm going to put goat cheese. The sweetness of the fig and the tart, buttery texture of the goat cheese is so good. Just going to flip my bread over. Let it get nice and brown. Have my puppy cook with us. She wants it so bad. I want to help you cook. But you can't. Okay. While that's happening, remember when we kept the outside of the butternut on? Well, now we're going to cut it off. Because once a butternut is cooked, it's a lot easier to peel. So I'm just going to kind of take it off sloppily, like I do. I'm going to do 2 of these. And you guys think this takes a little bit long, but it's worth it when you're doing the sandwich like this to just cut it in the end. Obviously, if you're making soup or something, you can do it before, you can peel it, Godspeed. But if it's in the end, I would just cut the butternut out. We're being real here. Real meals. Get it? Okay. So I got the butternut out. My bread looking delicious. My ham is warm, so I turn the stove off. I'm going to take a plate, move the garbage. I'm going to brown bread. On one side, I'm going to take some fake spread, a teaspoon so far, and I'm going to spread it a little more, a teaspoon and a half I'd say. I'm going to spread it on one side of the bread. I'm going to take some goat cheese, hefty goat cheese, and even this might not be enough. I'm going to spread it nicely on the other side of the bread. It looks like this. I'm going to take my butternut. I'm going to lay it like this so that it's flat. I'm going to take some onion and I'm going to lay it on just like that. Then I'm going to take my ham Remember the salad? Put some salad. Whoops. I'm not even going to dress it. It's probably marinated in the salt and the pepper and the tomato and the cucumber have their own juices. I'm going to put some salad on my plate. Give the sandwich a nice little slice. My dog is dying. And this is it. Butternut squash Asanswa with a side salad. You really taste the fig and the goat cheese and the onion and the butternut. The ham gives it a little salt kick. So good. Watch again for another real meal with Anastasia's Real Meals.